Good morning to one and all present here. Today we are going to discuss one of the famous tragedies of Shakespeare, Othello. In Venice, Rodrigo complains to Iago that despite the money he has given Iago to help him woo Desdemona, she eloped with the Moorish general Othello. Iago responds that he too hates Othello, for whom he works as a standard bearer. So, meanwhile, Othello chooses Cassio rather than Iago to be his lieutenant. So now this Iago is much aroused with anger and he is waiting for the right time to take revenge on Othello. So in front of the Duke, Brabantio accuses Othello of having used his magic to seduce his beloved daughter Desdemona. So Othello responds that it was stories of his exciting life history. So Othello's story, Brabantio grudgingly blesses the newlyweds. So now Desdemona in the den, they admit and he is just using Rodrigo for money while he plots his own revenge. When the Venetians arrive in Cyprus, the governor of Montano reports that the storm at sea has drowned the Turkish fleet, eliminating the military threat. Iago quickly hatches a plan to make Othello believe that Desdemona has been unfaithful to him with either Cassio or Rodrigo. That night, while Othello and Desdemona go to bed to consummate their marriage, Iago succeeds in getting Cassio drunk. He then goads Rodrigo to provoking Cassio, starting a brawl. Disgusted, Othello demotes Cassio. Meanwhile, Iago convinces Desdemona to try to get Othello to reinstate Cassio. Iago then uses Desdemona request that he may be merciful to Cassio to make Othello suspect Desdemona. So Othello takes bait repeatedly, praising Iago for his honesty, but Desdemona accidentally drops a handkerchief that Othello had given to her as a token of love. Emilia gives it to Iago, who had long asked her to steal it for him. Iago then plants it in Cassio's room. Othello, upset, demands that Iago show in proof of Desdemona's infidelity. Iago responds that he has heard Cassio fantasize lewdly about Desdemona in his sleep and he has seen Cassio wipe his mouth with Desdemona's handkerchief. Othello promotes Iago to the status of lieutenant and orders him to kill Cassio within 3 days. Othello then goes to Desdemona's room and asks her for the handkerchief. Desdemona, who had been searching for the handkerchief, admits she can't find it. Othello storms off. Meanwhile, Cassio's mistress, the prostitute Bianca, comes to his quarters. Cassio asks her to copy of a handkerchief he's recently found him in his room because he admires it. Iago continues to spur Othello's jealousy. When he reports that Cassio has admitted to sleeping with Desdemona, Othello falls into an epileptic fit. Iago urges Othello to hide while he questions Cassio about Desdemona. In fact, he asks Cassio about Bianca, causing Cassio to laugh. Watching from afar, Othello grows increasingly furious. Then, Bianca shows up and throws Desdemona's handkerchief at Cassio, accusing him of having it from another whore. After Cassio and Bianca leave, Iago easily persuades Othello to kill Desdemona. Iago promises to take care of Cassio himself. He then convinces Rodrigo that if Cassio were to die, Othello would have to remain in Cyprus, leaving Desdemona in Venice for Rodrigo. Iago instructs Rodrigo to wait outside Bianca's house that night and kill Cassio when he leaves. That night, Iago sets Rodrigo up to kill Cassio as planned. When Cassio exits Bianca's house, Rodrigo attacks him. Both are wounded. Overhearing Rodrigo's cries for help, Othello believes that Cassio is dead and is impressed by Iago's loyalty. Meanwhile, Iago goes to Bianca. Finding Cassio wounded, he stabs Rodrigo, killing him. Iago then calls the others, including Bianca, whom he arrests, accusing her of having conspired with Rodrigo. While this is going on, Othello arrives to Desdemona's chamber. Enchanted by her beauty, he nonetheless resists her pleas to spare her life and he smothers her with a pillow. Emilia arrives to tell Othello that Rodrigo is dead and Cassio is alive when she hears Desdemona crying, dying cries. When Emilia demands why Othello has killed Desdemona, Othello explains how Iago proved to him that Desdemona slept with Cassio. As Montano, Iago, and Graciano, a relative of Brabantio's, all arrive, Emilia accuses Iago of lying and explains that she stole this from Desdemona at her husband's behest. Othello attacks Iago in the uproar. Iago stabs and kills Emilia, then flees. Montano and Graciano disarm Othello, then chase down Iago, which is when he is daggered back in their custody. Othello wounds himself being disarmed again. Letters found on Rodrigo's corpse reveal the full extent of Iago's plot, and he himself refuses to explain him. Othello draws a hidden dagger and, after a speech, kills himself. Thank you.